Like what?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of Review or Preview. I'm Taylor Cooper. This is Jackie.
Hello.
So today we're going to review another one of our favorite movies, Rush. This has Chris Hemsworth and Daniel Brawl. So this is based on a real-life actual rivalry in Formula One that took place in the 70s, mid-70s.
70s.
So I'm not a huge Formula One guy. I'm not into it. I don't follow it religiously.
We don't follow racing. It's
Yeah.
one of those sporting events that we don't get into, but this
Movies about it are cool.
Fantastic.
Yeah, movies about it are cool. This is a Ron Howard film. It's about James Hunt and Niki Lauda. These guys were bitter rivals in Formula One in the mid-70s. Niki Lauda, multiple world champion. James Hunt won it one time.
And that was enough for him.
That was enough for him. But the whole premise of this story is really all about their rivalry and their friendship throughout this couple years stretch where it starts with their rivalry in Formula 3 and when they first meet for the first time and just kind of butt heads a little bit. And that carries over throughout their entire time together in racing. But it just the way that they kind of talk about the story is just really awesome. One of the big parts about this movie is that Niki Lauda gets in a really bad accident in one of these races and basically burns his face off just about. And he comes back and continues racing. The whole rivalry between these two guys kind of pushed him back into the sport and to recover super fast. What did you think of the movie?
I loved it. So there's something about stories, movies that are based off of real life events that I always enjoy. I'm sure a lot of people do, especially with something I'm not as familiar with. So I feel like I learned a lot because I didn't know who these guys were. I had no clue. And I ended up doing deep dive researches on these guys. And Niki Lauda just died, I think, was it 2019?
I think so, yeah.
And unfortunately, James Hunt died at the age of 45 from a heart attack. So that's always really sad to hear. But I've read some interesting facts about the movie. Ron Howard was very cautious on how he was going to film this movie and the story that he wanted to portray. And he had a bunch of Formula One actual people involved in that industry come and view that movie. He ended up getting a standing ovation. So I think that speaks pretty loudly as to how awesome this film actually
and
is.
accurate it was. I mean, the way that they portrayed it back in the 70s, multiple people died a year in this sport. So, I mean, the fact that, this was before a lot of the safety regulations and stuff that are put in place today that protect all these drivers. Back then, this was a blood sport. I mean, people were literally dying almost every week out there.
There
It's
is
pretty
a
crazy.
scene in this movie where you might have to look away. They don't focus on it too hard. They don't zoom in, but
It's pretty rugged. There's some rugged stuff in this movie. Chris Hemsworth is so hot.
he is.
He's so hot. And
He's my hall pass.
it's just a great movie. Jackie, what would you give this movie out of 10?
I give it a 9.
Yeah, I give it a 9 as well. Really great movie. Really awesome story. It's action-packed. The racing scenes are really great. The character building is just really awesome. And the fact that this was real and actually happened just makes it all that much better.
Also, Niki Lauda himself has come to really love this movie, and he had said if James Hunt was still alive today, he would have loved it as well.
Yeah.
So I also think that speaks very highly of the movie in itself. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Even if you're not into racing, it's just a really good rivalry story, and you really can't go wrong with that.
It's on Netflix right now, so go check it out. Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of Review or Preview. As always, we're sponsored by Eunomia CBD and Linode.com. Check down here for details on deals that you can't get anywhere else. Download our mobile app. It's free. It's awesome. And it's everything we do here in the palm of your hand. Thank you guys again so much. Jackie, awesome job. Peace out.
Bye.